Hi everyone, I'm back again, this time with a couple of cards. Now, this piece here I didn't like, so disregard it. So I'm going to use just this squeezed lemonade and the candied apple, I think. Excuse me. So using Distress Oxide inks, smushing it around, dabbing it here, there and everywhere, just to get some interest. And I'm using watercolour paper for this. And I don't use all the pieces of watercolour paper there that I'm colouring up. I just chose one. It was just the leftovers from the large piece of watercolour that I had cut. Now, all these had white spaces on them, which is good, but me, I don't know. I tend to cover them all up. So I'm getting some of that squeezed lemonade and covering up all those white spaces. I must have got a bit of the candied apple on that pad. So I'm taking some butter, Colour Shine by Heidi Swap. So vibrant, this spray. Absolutely beautiful. And now taking the gold Colour Shine. It didn't want to spray, I don't think, or I decided just to tap it on like that, flick it on. Now, I love this gold for its vibrancy. However, it does dry sticky. So maybe some micro glaze or something like that over it before I attach anything to it would be good. Now this is a Simon Says stamp Happy Birthday Circle die. It's a pretty good die. Always cuts well. Now I'm trying to think of how I'm going to like what colours I'm going to use with which. And the black I thought looked better on the orange, yes. So I'm cutting it down to size. And now I'm going to adhere that piece of watercolour paper there with some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. And then the die cut piece, I'm going to adhere it with some fluid matte medium, which works on this one, but not so much on the other one. So that worked well. And now this, it's from the Sizzix Borders die set, so it's just going to use that for the string, which makes then the circle die there look like a balloon. And this die came from a Christmas set, the Village Christmas Time set. So I just punched it out, put it on. So remember that a lot of your die sets have bits and pieces in there that you can use on other projects, not just with that whole set. can work individually. So it looked good on that black matting there, and then against the white card base. And now I'm going to stamp this inside sentiment. That's from the Stampender's birthday wish stamp set. I always tend to put a sentiment on the inside because some people just prefer it to have it there, and so they don't have to think about what to write. And now adhering some sequins with some glossy accents. Yeah, happy with that. Now, the white cardstock, the die cut from the white cardstock, um, I decided that I wanted to emboss the word, the words "Happy Birthday" and the swirls within it, but I didn't want to emboss the circle frame. So in order to get around that, I decided to use the Ink Essentials Ranger um, clear embossing pen, and it works really good. And then I use some Queen's Gold embossing powder to emboss that. I'm just doing a word at a time because it dries fairly quickly. Brushing any excess um, embossing powder with my dry paintbrush. And now I'm going to, yep, I thought that looked good against the white. It takes a bit of time, but I think it's so totally worth it. And then finishing that top swirl and any other bit of the lettering, excuse me, lettering that didn't quite catch the embossing powder. Heat setting that. Happy with that. So I then decide to put it on a black um, layer. Just inking up that bit of white cardstock with some clear embossing ink and heat setting it with some gold embossing powder. And I'll punch the bow with from that. Tried to adhere it with matte medium, didn't stick, thinking that it may have been the weight of it, I'm not sure. But then again, I may have pulled up the matte medium with the paper towel. So I turned it over, glued it up with Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. It'll stick now. Just so time consuming. I could use some stick it sheets, but I find those fiddly. I'd rather this fiddly. And there's the balloon string. like the gold against that black background. I don't know about the white, but then it goes well because the card is white anyway. So, and now we're going to glue on some white sequins. Just using glossy accents there. And you see there, you can see the black of the black cardstock background there. And then I go ahead and add black rhinestones to it. So that little black dot became a big black dot. Oh well, it's got dimension now. Decided just to put 3 on that one. So there's 2 different cards using the same elements. And I really like how both came out. So just play around with colour. You never know what you're going to get. So I think I'll be back soon with another card or 2. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.